Yeah, hi Sunitha. This is Michael Buckoff from BetterToeflScores.com. Alrighty, let's take a look at your writing. Here's your question, and you're taking my seven-step system to pass a TOEFL test, and it looks like you're practicing one of the writing responses. And I'll be more than happy, since you're a paying customer at my site, to go ahead and read, evaluate, and even score your particular essay. So your question is, do you agree or disagree with the following statement? Face-to-face communication is better than other types of communication, such as letters, email, or telephone calls. Use specific reasons and details to support your answer. First of all, from an organizational standpoint, it's looking really good. You have a thesis, and your topic sentences are pretty good. Um, this one actually is not as good as the other two, but you have here first, understanding is essential in choosing a life partner. Which is why you might say, which is why I prefer communicating face to face. So you want to make sure that each topic sentence goes back to the purpose of the writing. Your second topic sentence here is better, I think. You have reliability also comes from face-to-face talk. This is good because you repeat a key idea from the question. Is you're talking about how reliability is a benefit of having face-to-face talk. Now, I also like your transitions here. First, you have second. It's very easy to follow what's happening at the different parts of your essay. Then you have third, and you have for showing affection, we need to talk in person. It's good. What I like about this is you say talk in person. Why did you do that? You don't want to repeat face to face again. So you're demonstrating your pretty good word choice. You use synonyms. You're not just repeating the question exactly word for word every time. So, and also you go to the conclusion, and you have in conclusion, face-to-face communication again helps in binding people and maintains good relationship and so on. So from a organizational standpoint, your essay is looking pretty good. But let's take a look at it a little bit closer now. As I'm going through it, I'm going to make a few editing changes as well. You have, I think, face-to-face communication is better than other types like letters, email, or telephone. In olden days, I'll probably throw in a comma here, people relied on letters for communication. Then telephone and emails made the communication easier and faster. Although there are new methods of communication, this is a great complex sentence here, by the way. I agree face-to-face has advantages over other, you left out, forms of communication. So you definitely don't want to leave out words like that. Say, I'm going to support this. I mean, here, you don't even need that. You're wasting your breath here. How about this? Face-to-face advantages over forms of communication because, there, that's better. Because it brings better understanding, reliability, and affection. So you don't have to say because of the following reasons. Too many students do that. Be more concise in your writing. Your intro is pretty good though. I mean, it's not too short. Your paragraphs are quite lengthy, which is good. You actually have a very, very strong development with this. Let's go to the next paragraph. First, understanding is essential in choosing a life partner. And like I said, you could probably change that topic sense a little bit. You say that, though nowadays people prefer to choose their partners by email. No, though nowadays people prefer to choose their partners by email and talking. I would say by email and talking by phone. I believe face-to-face communication is a must. And I would use, you notice at the very top here they actually have it hyphenated. So you might want to kind of follow that pattern throughout your essay. Is a must for both of them. You might say something like, for example, here, to help us know that you're going to give a detail here to help support your idea. So you have, for example, my friend got engaged with a guy from the United States. She was in India, and they had good contacts. I think you can just say they had good contact through phone and email. You could probably just say email. Their marriage was fixed, and unfortunately, that guy did not show up. She has only she has seen only the picture of the guy, and they have not met in person. Uh, no, I think you're messing up a little bit with your verb tense here. Let's see. You're starting with past tense here, right? She was in India, their marriage was fixed, and then you're going to present perfect. I'm going to say had seen. She had seen only the picture of the guy, and they had not met in person. She was so depressed and decided not to marry anyone. So, I'm going to give you a better word, maybe a word like therefore. So at the beginning of a sentence is a little informal. We do it in writing in informal situations, but it's probably better to use a transition word because so kind of works as a coordinating conjunction. All right, let's keep going. Therefore, when another proposal came, I'd throw a comma right here to separate that dependent clause from the independent clause part of your sentence. When another proposal came, they had face-to-face communication, which helped her to settle peacefully. I don't know, the problem here is you spent a lot of time developing this one detail here, right? You gave a lot of information to help support that. Then you went on to a new idea. So when another proposal came, they had face-to-face communication, which helped her to settle peacefully. Why? So you probably need to explain a little bit. If you bring this idea up, you probably need to support it with some specific detail, which you did not do. All right, let's go to the next paragraph. Second, reliability also comes from face-to-face talk. Now, in the job market, people conduct interviews. I think you can just say online. People conduct, how about this? People conduct online interviews by using webcam and messenger services. However, it will help the interviewer to see the person, but is not always satisfactory. For reliability, interviewers should walk in at their office. I got an online job and it was going well. After a while, I decided to quit the job because the company was asking me to pay some money. It was disappointing, and after that, I prefer to go for interviews in my town for better opportunities. This, I don't, you haven't really, in this paragraph, I don't think that you really explained how reliability connects with face-to-face talk. What impact does reliability have on face-to-face talk? So I think when you say it will help the interviewer to see the person but is not always satisfactory, for reliability, interviewers should walk in at their office because they can better judge. You have to say something like this: because they can better judge the character of the person by seeing them face to face. They can tell if, for example, if this is the right person for the job, if it's going to be a good fit for the company. So I think this paragraph you haven't really fully explained how reliability and face-to-face talk are kind of like connected. Okay, let's see the next paragraph. Third, for showing affection, we need to talk in person. I live in the United States. My parents from India came for my delivery. They're happy to see their grandson. They're able to stay here for only 6 months. This is killing you here because I'm looking here. You have came, which to me is past tense, right? So then you got to take a look at the other verbs. They're happy to see their grandson. But also your grammar here is getting a little bit too simple. Look, they were, they are, they come, they are able, they have lots. So you're using the same sentence structure, I think, too many times in a row. But let me show you a trick here. What if you did this? Use like a participle, kind of modifying the subject here. You might say, happy to see their grandson. They were able to stay here for only 6 months. After going back to India, you want to say went. They went online to see their grandson. I think you could use a comma here, but they are, I'm going to say always here. I think the adverb is the word order issue here is between the you have the auxiliary verb here, you have the main verb here. It's very common to put the adverbs of frequency between there. I am seldom uh, going to school late nowadays or something. So they went online to see their grandson, but they were always worried and were longing to see my son in person. You definitely don't want a comma here. This is killing your grammar too. Although they're able to see him, no, were. Verb tenses are making it hard to understand your ideas. Although they're able to see him, they were not able to hug, touch, or carry him. You know what? I think what you want to say here, I'm leading you down the long. Maybe put a word like this. They often go. Say something like, they often go online to see their grandson, but they are always worried and long to see my son in person. Although they are able to see him, they are not able to hug, touch, or carry him. They have a lot of affection, but they're not able to show it. That was good. I think this is one of your strongest paragraphs in terms of developing an idea. So that was really good. In conclusion, you say face-to-face communication helps in binding people, and this is parallel structure here. Maintaining. I think really what you're saying here helps in binding people and in maintaining good relationships. The other method of communication is faster and easier. Put a comma to separate the two independent clauses, but there are more negative aspects than the other side. Yeah, okay, so let's see what we got here. How would you score on this one? The organization is pretty good. Um, your development is pretty good. There's some weaknesses to the writing which I've pointed out. You're struggling a little bit grammatically with some things, and you're not. I think what would prevent you from getting a perfect score here is what's called automaticity of language use. The TOEFL IBT human raters, they want to look at your writing and your speaking, and it needs to sound like it's natural, but it's not completely natural to you yet. So, how would this score? On a scale of 1 to 5, I think you're a minimum of 4. I think it would probably score right around 4.0 out of 5 on the TOEFL. So, I think you're pretty close to 24 points out of 30. It's my opinion that you might not make 24 points on this particular essay. So, I think that I said that this particular topic sentence was a little bit weak here. And I'm not sure that you really fully explained this idea. And the connection with reliability and face-to-face talk was not, I think, exactly connected there. So there's a few gaps and things that you've missed, that you're not fully explaining all your ideas, and you're struggling sometimes with your grammar a little bit. So you'll probably be a little bit, maybe 22, maybe 21 points, maybe 22 points out of 30 on this particular task.